Hello everyone, it's Adam here. This is a two-part series. You're going to see this video at the beginning of both videos. I'll put a little bit here of where you need to fast forward to get to the actual tire change. We're going to go through what you need for the tire change in this part, and then middle to end you'll go through how to actually do the front and the rear separately. So you can fast forward now if you've already seen this for the front or the rear. And thanks so much for watching this video. This is how to change tires on R1200 GS Adventure. Of course, you're going to need a GS right there. These are the spoked wheels. We'll be doing the change on. These are stock OEM spoked wheels, and we're doing TKC 80s, and we're taking off the Inaki 3s, which is the OEM tires. As far as what you're going to need, this should be everything you need. Well, that and an air compressor, which is over in the corner. So we have our clamps. Yeah, I'll get into all this stuff later, how it actually incorporates in. We've got a clamp. We've got a front tire change tool from Adventure Designs, which is really handy, and I'll go through all that works later. We've got two different kinds of wheel weights. We've got 1/8 ounce, and then we have 1/4 ounce wheel weights. So both of those will be used for the balancer. We also have a Mark Parnes balancer kit, which I'll go over in a separate video from these three. A Bead Buddy from Motion Pro. We've got the heavy duty Bead Pro forged steel from Motion Pro. These are great tools, all around tools. Not for travel, mostly for shop use, but for traveling I just use roadside assistance if I have to. You're going to need a T50 torch to take the rear wheel off. And then we have some leather swatches here, which are going to be used in place of the Bead Buddy in some spots to really get in there so you don't damage your wheels when you're taking these off. These are like $3 a pop. They're really cheap. And then finally a couple of towels, because when you lay the wheel flat on the ground and you're trying to get the wheel off, you don't want to be scuffing your rotor up all over the concrete or asphalt or wherever you are. That should do it. And then once you got the wheels mounted, so the tires mounted to the wheels, you'll use your balancer. So let's start by removing the rear tire, the rear wheel, and we'll get started. When your bike is on the center stand, unless you have a lot of weight on the rear, which in my case I have no weight at all on the bike, it's going to lean forward because obviously the engine's in the front. So you know, in most cases your rear wheel will be off the ground much easily. Feel free to add some weight in order to get that off the ground. So you can do the front, or you can use a floor jack or some kind of 2x4 to prop the front of the bike up to get the front wheel off. So for the rear wheel, we're obviously, as you can see here, we are sitting off the ground. We're gonna you got 5 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is really easy to do, and we're just going to remove these guys one by one. Okay, so we have the rear wheel off the bike now. I do not have a valve release tool, but you do need to let the air out of here somehow. So just grab a small tool, something non-abrasive. Just try to take your time. Don't go too crazy with it, and let the air out of there. Alright, so now we have to break the bead. All the air is out. It took about 2 minutes to drain all the air out of there using the T30 method. Alright, so we're going to try to break the bead with this guy. So we're going to put this one in first, the 2 prongs straight in. I'm pretty sure I did it. Let's do another one. Just want to stay away from the tire pressure sensor. There we go. Woo, there we go. All right. There we go. Got it. We can trace all the way around. Oh, sorry, am I heading your way there? Sorry, guys. We're going to throw our leather in here. Don't worry about too much of the leather because it's a $3 thing for this whole big swatch. Making progress now, guys. Whew, there you go. So we got about here to here. So, well, about here to here. It's about almost halfway around before we really finally were able to get it over there. Just pull this straight through. Well, I might take it one last time here. Maybe if I work down. Hey, there we go. A little bit further that time. I'll just keep working down the bead. There we go. You just gotta keep working at it, but it's holding on tight, man. Woo! That was a workout, dude. All right. The Inaki 3 is out. God damn. Hey, you know what, guys? This is getting me ready for riding season. Alright, so we're looking at damage here. I definitely got a couple of scrapes there. The leather did an okay job, but I may want to do a very abrasive plastic going forward. But the outside of the rim looks okay, which is all that really matters. Alright, so when you're installing a new tire, you want to check to make sure it's not directional. I don't believe the TKC 80 is directional. Ah, there it is. There's a direction. So, verify how this is installed. This is the driver's side. This is the passenger side. So it expands this direction. So we want to eye that up to the arrow on the tire. Well, didn't quite work as planned there, did it? Okay, we got the first side on. This is gonna be the hardest one right here. I'm not sure if this is all still on camera. Sorry, everyone. Let's go a little further out here. Okay, so now we have remaining is this right here, about less than half of it. And it's certainly a bugger, that's for sure. There we go. Got it. Okay. Woo! So we're in. Now we're going to take this over to the air compressor and wait till you hit the, it'll be a little loud. So what we're going to do is take out the air compressor, run the air compressor, get it up to the PSI where you hear the pop, and that's where the bead sets. Hopefully we can get the bead to set without needing any fluid in here, but we'll see. So let's go over there and check that out. There you go. 2 pops. There we go. Alright, now last thing you may want to do if you're not using bead fluid here is spraying it down with some soapy water or Windex or something and just checking to make sure there's no leaks. But instead of doing that right now, I'm going to go ahead and throw it back on the tire. And we are done. Remember, it's just the 5 T50s to get that done. Okay, now comes time to get our T50 back out and install the rear wheel and tire back on the bike. So get things as lined up as best you can here. And put this around the hub. I'm going to try to get one of these started. And we're tightening these down to 60 Newton meters. Just for those of you at home that are following torque specs, and standard rules apply about lugs. You want to do it a cross pattern when you're tightening these down. And once you've done that, you are set. The wheel is balanced. The tire is on. It looks brilliant. It looks really, really, really good. It's a shame these don't last very long, but TKC80s are the ultimate tire for these bikes, and I really wanted to give it a go and at least draw my own conclusions from these tires instead of trusting the others, which, you know, there are some people that are right for sure, which is these do not last very long. So while I wrap this up, thanks guys for watching the rear tire install video, and do not forget to balance these. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.